silence. You spoke light into darkness, and there was light. In the beginning, we were made in your image, and we were naked without shame, till we fell for the darkness, and there was night. Your mercies are new, your mercies are new, new every morning. Your mercies are new, your mercies are new, new every morning. In the beginning, there was the Word, and He was God, and the Word was with God, and He dwelt among us, and there was light. Oh, in the beginning, the Lamb of God was broken, and His blood was poured out for the sins of the world, and there was light. Your mercies are new, your mercies are new, new every morning. Your mercies are new, your mercies are new, new every morning.
Along with us, the union, the bonding of David and Sarah. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. You know, one of the things that I love about weddings is that it brings people together. And you know, the fact that you guys decided to bring each other together has influenced everybody here. You brought your parents together. You brought uncles and aunts. You brought your brother and sister. You brought cousins. You brought friends, supporters, church members. They're all here because they want to witness this union. And you know, I call this a defining moment. A defining moment is one of those things, an action or a decision that you make in your life where the trajectory of your life changes. And today, although your trajectories have been separate, you'll actually be under one trajectory, one path in your defining moment. And you know, when I went through my records of all the interactions I've had with the two of you, you guys have gone through these hard defining moments. The first one I remember was when I met you, Sarah. Do you remember in camp meeting, 2012? I just come back from India on a mission trip, and I was giving a testimony to the junior high school and college group. And I remember it was actually a room like this. After I gave my testimony, a bunch of people came up, but there was one person that stood out. That was you. You came up to me and you asked me about mission. And the big reason why I stood out was because you were so passionate about it. You're so determined to find out what it was all about. I remember thinking and being so impressed. I remember texting and emailing Hannah. I said, you know, I just met this girl at church, and she's gonna make a difference. I said that to her. And then we connected later on Facebook, and then I didn't hear anything from you for a while. But 1 year later, almost to the day, you sent me a message. And I want to read this to the audience now because I found that message again after searching through 3 years of Facebook messages. And it really surprised me because of the struggle I didn't know you were going through and the decision that you made. You said, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but we talked briefly about mission work last summer at the Korean camping. I hope you're well. So you're very cordial, which is great. I just wanted you to know that since that day, I started looking into long-term mission opportunities, and I'm now preparing for an 11-month mission trip to Laos. My launch date is this August, exactly a year from when we spoke. Every day, I'm thankful for that conversation. It changed my life. That was a defining moment. And even though I know it was hard for you, you made the right decision. And it wasn't 11 months, you stayed there for 3 years. And it changed you. And I remember following you on Facebook, and this sums up the whole 3 years. Because there was one post you did. It says, came home with dirt in my teeth, flour in my hair, and a sore bum. One of the best days ever. And I could see the change that was happening as you found your passion in God, as God was maturing you in the same process. What was amazing, timing-wise, and then I had to go through all the timelines, was you were going through similar things almost exactly the same time, although you didn't know each other. Except for David was at Andrews University in Michigan. And I have to say, you were struggling. I remember. You were struggling, both academically and physically. Academically because, let me qualify, you felt you weren't in the right profession. You were starting to be pre-dent, and it wasn't something you had a passion for. And struggling spiritually. I think we can be honest as well, we all struggle spiritually. I remember it was a hard decision, it was a tough decision for you to say, you know what, I need a reset. I want to go and do something so I can reset my life. And you made a decision to go to Palau. And I remember you texted Hannah, your aunt, my wife, and here's the email. It says, hey Yvonne, this is the link how to donate to my mission trip to Korea. So at least he's directed to the point, which is great. And you said, I appreciate the support. And I hope you will know, you could have gone to sales too. And I hope you will notice a considerable difference when I come back. Thank you again. You know what? We followed your blog as you went through your experience in Palau. And I think all of your friends will attest. We were all shocked and surprised at the change God was putting in your heart and the maturity that you were going through. It was amazing. And the thing that amazed me is both of you were going through that same experience. You stayed a little bit longer, and so David actually came back. But then, although his heart and his spiritual path and his relationship was set, your professional life wasn't set. And I remember one more decision was being made. That was Christmas of 2016, where you didn't know where to go. You didn't know what to study. And we invited you to come live with us in San Jose to pursue a technical career. And you and Andrew actually started a company together doing media productions. And I remember there was a church picnic where you would actually come back to visit, which was the first time the two of you met. And I remember Hannah telling you, David, go get more work. And it just so happened you had a media production need for your company. And so you both went up to Sacramento to work. And as long story short goes, everything became magic happening as a result. Now, the earliest memories I have of you is when you were 6 years old. I remember you climbed Mount Whitney with your dad. And when I heard that, I remember thinking, nothing's impossible for this kid. This kid's gonna go places. And I remember the same thing when I saw you going through your experience in in Laos. I was thinking, there's something special that's gonna happen with this girl. There was another mountain you climbed, right? 7 months ago, when you took Sarah up to the mountain. And I remember getting a text of your picture when you proposed to each other. I remember telling Hannah, these two are gonna go far. God's gonna use them. And today, we celebrate that union. Through all of your decision points that you've made, you've come to this point to make a commitment. It's the new defining moment where you set a new path for yourself.
David and Sarah sitting at PUC.
Something in your eyes.
I was a counselor, and he just kept looking at me.
You look up to the sky, you long for something more. Darling, give me your right hand.
David and Sarah, with the power,
I think I
with the
understand.
highest authority in heaven, now pronounce you husband and wife.
Never have to wish again. I know that after tonight you don't have to look up at the stars. No, 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 no. I know by the end of tonight you don't have to look up at the stars. And I know if the love is alright, you don't have to look up at the stars. No, 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 no. I know.
So I promise, through life and sickness and health, that and everything that they say, to always love you and be with you